Hello, ArtSciTech family. Today, we're bringing you a very special video because we've reached 10,000 subscribers. Thank you all for your amazing support throughout this journey. In this video, we'll take a scientific look at one of Marvel's most iconic heroes, Spider-Man. His spider sense, web shooters, wall-crawling abilities. Are they just science fiction? Or could they be scientifically possible? Let's find out. Who is Spider-Man? A brief introduction. Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, was created in 1962 by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. A regular high school student, Peter is bitten by a radioactive spider and gains superpowers. Driven by the famous motto, "With great power comes great responsibility," he becomes a superhero. With his spider sense, web shooters, and agility, Spider-Man is one of Marvel's most beloved characters and a pop culture icon. But how realistic is his story from a scientific perspective? Let's dive in. Super strength. Can a human really lift 10 tons? In the comics, Spider-Man can lift 10 tons, swing between skyscrapers, and perform extreme acrobatics. But could a human body handle that kind of strength? Let's look at human muscle potential. In extreme cases, like during an adrenaline rush, a person might lift a few times their own weight. But 10 tons? That's like lifting a small truck or an elephant. Insects, like ants, can carry 50 times their own weight. But that's a scale issue. At human size, muscles aren't that efficient. However, exotic tech like exoskeletons could help. Some DARPA prototypes can amplify human strength up to 10 times. Still, being agile like Spider-Man? We're not there yet. Scientific plausibility? 30%. Mental abilities. Is spider sense possible through science? Spider-Man's spider sense is one of his coolest abilities. It lets him detect danger before it happens. Is that explainable by neuroscience? The human brain already responds quickly to danger, especially thanks to the amygdala, which triggers reflexes before conscious thought, like when we jump at the sight of a snake. But Spider-Man's version feels more like a sixth sense. Some animals, like sharks, detect electromagnetic fields. Spiders are super sensitive to vibrations. Could humans gain such senses? Neurotech and brain-computer interfaces like Neuralink might one day enhance our perception. But for now, it's mostly lab-level experiments. Scientific plausibility, 40%. Wall crawling, from geckos to humans. Watching Spider-Man scale walls is mesmerizing, but could a human do that? The answer lies in nature. Geckos. Geckos have millions of microscopic hairs, setae, on their feet that use van der Waals forces to stick to surfaces. At Stanford University, scientists created gecko-inspired materials strong enough to carry human weight. In 2014, a researcher used special gloves to climb a glass wall. But Spider-Man's entire suit would need this tech to work. Nanotech offers hope, but for now, we're only succeeding at small scales. Scientific plausibility, 60%. Web shooting tech. Is synthetic spider silk real? Spider-Man's webs are both strong and flexible. Real spider silk is 5 times stronger than steel and more elastic than Kevlar. Can we replicate that? Scientists have been working on this for years. Companies like Bolt Threads and AM Silk are creating synthetic spider silk using genetically modified bacteria. It's being used in armor, surgical sutures, even fashion. But webs that instantly solidify and shoot 100 meters? That would require a mechanical device. Some prototypes exist, but nothing like the comics yet. Scientific plausibility, 50%. The suit. Science fiction or wearable technology? Spider-Man's suit is light, durable, and flexible. Could such a suit exist in real life? Materials like Kevlar, carbon fiber, and graphene are used in body armor and smart textiles. At MIT, smart fabrics are being developed to respond to environmental changes. Spider-Man's costume could be a combination of these. That iconic red-blue look, though, that's an artistic choice. Scientific plausibility, 70%. Biological reality. Could human and spider DNA be merged? Spider-Man gets his powers from a radioactive spider bite, but could genetic engineering do something similar? CRISPR lets us edit genes, but merging human and spider DNA? Scientifically, that's absurd. Our genes are incompatible. Plus, radiation causes mutations, not powers. That said, gene editing could enhance muscle strength or reflexes, but nothing at Spider-Man's level. Scientific plausibility, 10%. Psychology. What would a mind with these powers be like? Peter Parker became Spider-Man after the trauma of his uncle's death and his deep sense of responsibility. Psychologically, he lives under constant stress. This could be an example of post-traumatic growth, PTG, where people find purpose after trauma. But extreme power also leads to isolation, media pressure, anxiety, even depression. Neuroscience suggests such a brain would have a hyperactive prefrontal cortex and high empathy. Scientific plausibility, 0%, as in, no current human is built for this mentally. Ethics and society. What if Spider-Man were real? If Spider-Man existed, how would the world react? Governments would probably try to control him. Media, like J. Jonah Jameson, would label him hero or menace. Society would split. Some fans, some fearful. There would also be ethical dilemmas. Is it legal to tie up criminals in webs? What if he catches the wrong person? These questions would shake surveillance laws and justice systems. Scientific plausibility, 100%, for social reactions. Bonus, what would it take to become Spider-Man? To become like Spider-Man, you'd need CRISPR, to boost muscle strength. Nanotech, for sticky suits and web devices. Neurotech, for faster reflexes via brain implants. Training, master parkour and martial arts. It's a far-off dream, but science is inching closer to turning superheroes into reality. Which superhero should we analyze next? That's a wrap on our 10K subscriber special. We explored the science behind Spider-Man and rated each aspect on a scale from 0 to 10. Who should we break down next? Iron Man? Batman? Let us know in the comments and join us on our next scientific adventure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. See you next time.